Good morning, YouTube. Welcome in. Today we got something a little different for you. Today's just not a build. We call this more of a transplant. We're taking the guts of one PC, we're putting it into a brand new case with a brand new cooler. We're taking out all the cable measures. You're going to see it all live. Well, on YouTube, also live right now on Twitch. So it's a little bit of everything. We're taking actually my personal system here. We're changing the vibe of this system. We're going from the beautiful Meshify 2 compact, and we're moving over to the beautiful Fractal Design North. You guys have seen this before on the channel, that North case with the black, the gold, the wood walnut accents on the front. It's going to go with the vibe of my new home office. So it's going to be really, really cool. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Do we do this really, the system justice? 1500X3D, 3080 Ti, B-die RAM. Let us know what you think down below. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. I want to see more content like this, like some transplant videos, some system refreshes. Let us know below in the comments as well. Make sure to catch us live, unedited, rare, raw like it is right now. Twitch.tv/Stins any Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see you soon. So make sure to hang out with us. We're going to go over there and get started on the build, the transplant. I'm going to tear everything out of my current system and move it over. We're swapping coolers. It should look absolutely killer. So without further ado, let me get mic'd up. I'll see you guys over at the build station, get some music going here in the background, back with the river music. There you go. Why are we swapping cases? Because it's changing the aesthetic. This is actually for my personal system like we were just talking about. I'm in the beautiful Meshify 2 compact, which is not a bad case by any standards. We're just changing the overall vibe. So I'm doing a little different. We're doing like a little transplant. So we're going from this to this, and we're adding a new cooler. So the great thing about this though, is I've only had this case. You can see the box is like pretty much brand new. I've only had this for maybe what, like 2 months, if that, Harry? How long do you think it's been? Maybe 2.5 max? Yeah, 2.5, maybe 3. I went from 5000D airflow to this because the 5000D was huge, chat. I say the 5000D is huge. It is a huge case. All right, so this is my personal system today. So you can see what we have in here. The great thing about it is we are also going to, sorry, a little dust. Like this case has barely been used. I'm gonna give this case and the cooler pretty much free of charge in a curated build. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be a quick ship build. I'm gonna put in there that was, hey, it's a personal case, and they're gonna get a free case and free cooler out of it. And it's gonna be a 1500X, and I believe in a 1600 XT build. Absolutely killer system, too, for the price. So it's a good looking case, good looking setup. Like I said, this is my personal system. So what I had in here was the 1500X3D, 3080 Ti, got B-die RAM on the dark AK620 dark out, or the, I think it's just the dark they call it. It's all blacked out AK620. Got some braided cables, and the beautiful Meshify 2. Like I said, the only reason we're changing it is just we're changing the aesthetic of the system. So, killer little system though. You can see my cable management. I did this really fast. Not the best, but not terrible either. Start breaking this down. We'll get our mat ready for our motherboard. Things like that. I will say this is a fantastic little case. I think we've got a couple of systems lately we've been building in the Fractal. Now that Fractal is actually, it's great about Fractal is we are now working with Fractal to get better pricing on cases for our customers, as well as they're being locally sourced, which means one of our distribution centers here in the local vicinity is now sourcing them and keeping them in stock for us, which is great, so we can get them pretty accessibly. Yeah, so like this case, the fact that it's pretty much almost brand new means we're going to just repurpose this into someone's beautiful system. We're probably going to put I think we're putting in 5900X with a 1600 XT in this system with the Dark Hero cooler. It's going to be absolutely killer system for the price. I think it was like coming around like 1400 or something like that, if that. It's a really nice system for the price. We're now working on getting these cables out. It's on the bottom here. All right, working on getting this out. Next, we actually need the cooler and the GPU we're going to pull out next. I'm just working on the RGB and all these other front panel connections kind of untangled. There we go. Put pressure on the PCI slot adapter. There we go. Part is out. There she is, chat. The 3080 Ti, which is still a beautiful card. Runs everything. Honestly, unless you're playing, I should probably slide over here more. The 3080 Ti is a fantastic card. Unless you're really doing anything like super high refresh, like 1440 or 4K, it's still a killer right now. I'm not personally upgrading anytime soon, so I don't have the need to do so. All right, let's get over our front panel connections out. We're gonna work on getting the motherboard out. I will say this is a very tight squeeze for cables up here on the Fractal case, but not too bad. It's out. We'll get the 24-pin main motherboard out. Our Type-C's coming out as well. Type-C's out. Let's get our, pretty much almost our 24-pin, but it's an 3 by 8 pin for our GPU. It's coming out now. Front motherboard connector, HD audio. All right, now we're all ready to take out the power supply as well as the motherboard. All right, power supply is out.
I think I mentioned that I have a Be Quiet power supply. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but my power supply is an 850 watt platinum. It's a pure power, which is a fantastic power supply from Be Quiet. That's what I run in my system. You see the back, pretty much almost back to how it is from factory. Except for, not as neat. Take the motherboard out. It's nice to have when you have it's actually really nice to do when you have the tower connected still because it gives you a little bit more of a lift place. All right, so the specs. So the crazy part is people are like, man, he's on a 5000X3D and a 3080 Ti. Is that still relevant in today's world of gaming? Because everything's on 40 series. You're on 7000 series CPUs. You're on Intel 13th gen. 5000X3D is still one of the best value CPUs on the market right now in terms of gaming performance. It's going to go toe to toe with many of the other big monster CPUs, a 13600K. I mean, it's not going to trade blows with a 13900K, but in games like Escape from Tarkov and the shooting FPS games that I play, the 5000X3D is still a very, 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 very good value. It's not one of the best values. But the price of 13600K right now, it pretty much goes hand in hand with the 5000X3D. One more screw up here, it's still a little tight. We're just going to try and get this wiggles out so we can get this motherboard out. There we go. Straight out with the motherboard, we go. All right, I'm gonna move this case over here to the cart so we can get it cleaned. So we're gonna go top down while we work on getting this AK620 Dark off. We're gonna wipe the existing coolant off of both. Take out the AM4 brackets because we're gonna be reutilizing this exact bracket and setup in the other system with a 1500X. All right, let's clean off our thermal paste, which is chunky. All right, that's enough. I'm gonna clean off the top of the cooler as well. This cooler is clean and good to go. All right, so now we're gonna work on moving the other cooler onto here. And so I wanted something a little bit quieter. I mean, the AK620 is not bad, but I use open back headphones so I can sometimes hear it if I'm really getting the CPU going. The LT520 is one of the best coolers on the market. This can efficiently cool a 13700K. So it's gonna be really, really cool when we're running it here on the 5000X3D. And the crazy part is I'm not even using the prism block. I'm just doing the fat right to the cooler pump. I'm not worried about the RGB today. So you're gonna see it's gonna be all blacked out. I'm gonna even turn the RGB off on the board, or I might set it to like a gold to go with the case. I might do like a gold yellow. I think that might look good. Let's get our standoffs out that we need. I believe they're almost identical standoffs. We're getting our AM4 standoffs in place right now. There we go, all nice and tight. Perfect. They're all assembled now. We're gonna get the North case out. So we've got today, we've got the transplant board, which you guys know is a Dark Hero, X570 Dark Hero. We have 1500X3D on there with the AM4 standoffs for the LT520 coming in from DeepCool. That is the 240mm AIO, all blacked out. We have 4x8 of 3600 megahertz CL14, that's the B-die RAM coming in from Trident in the G-Skill Trident Z Neo. A 1TB 850X drive here and a 2TB SN570 down here, which is the Western Digital Blue, which is perfect for I use it for mass storage, which is a fantastic drive. All in the dark here, we're gonna slide this aside, we're gonna get out the beautiful Fractal North case which we're transitioning this entire system into. Right, so like I said, we're transitioning out of the amazing Meshify 2 compact. We're going to the Fractal Designs North. This is exactly the aesthetic of my home office is going to be in. The black, the gold, the leather. This case really screams beautiful. Beautiful. All opened up. It's a slick blackout case indeed. Yeah, we're all blacked out. We have the glass. I just want to keep the glass panel, but we're going to pretty much set all the RGB to gold. I might put the RGB block on this and set it to gold. Get our screws out. We're going to go top down, chat. We're going to get ready to mount this motherboard. There she is, ready to go. Down and in. There we go, all in there. Nice. You're front close up now. The beautiful dark here inside the Fractal Designs North. Let's get our C and our USB 3.0. Get these in. There's 1 and 2. All right, in we go. All right, so let's get our power LED and our power switch in first. All right, so let me just get some, I got light back here. I'm gonna get these in really quick, chat. I'll show you what we got going on. All we have to do is now put our power supply in, then we're gonna work on the cooler next, chat. See the cable management starting to come together on the back. There we go. Holy cables. So, what can we cut down on the back over here? All right, we don't need extra PCIe cable. Right, so we don't need SATA as well. There we go, all right. Let me trim that down. Give some space. So now we have to put our power supply in before we move on to the cooler. In and All right, and awesome. All right, braided cable with 24-pin main is in. There we go, looking good. Even though you really won't see it in the system, we still put it in. 2 EPS connectors in. Working on next, and then we're moving on to the cooler chat. We got almost all the cables connected. The rear fan, got the same continued DeepCool look. The beautiful FK fans from DeepCool. Absolutely killer fans for the price. Really hard to beat these, unless you're going potentially to like a, honestly, I think the only thing that really beats it is like a Noctua. You can see the cable management on the back, not too shabby so far. We're gonna work on the cooler. Yeah, I'm gonna run the RGB, so we'll just go like a gold theme today. Now have our screws in. We're first gonna be putting our pump head on. So I just pop off the RGB block, which we are gonna put the RGB block on. I thought about it, I'm like, we'll put it on there. Even though I didn't really want to, we'll put it on, because we have glass. It'll look good. We're gonna work on getting the mount secured. Great thing right now, when I have it like this, what we're doing is we're actually letting any of the air out as well. You guys see this? Like if you see this right now, you're getting a lot of the air out of the pump. All right, Chad, give me the front close up. The LT. RGB block is on. Get our GPU in. All we have left, chat. Everything else is done. Pretty quick transplant today. I put it on an angle because there's a big card for this case. There we go, nice little thunk. Elbow in there. We're done. We are done. What do you guys think? You like this design? It's a blackout feel, the vibe. Without further ado, let's get ready to light it up, chat.
Guys, thanks for coming in and liking another video here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure people find us and see all the beautiful PCs we build. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, we build these systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/stints. Come over, hang out, chat it up with us, watch us build beautiful PCs for everybody in the community. And remember, let's go.